welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to 2024.
Holy shit. Woo, yay!
Woo,
2024.
yay. New year.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good date fun.
A little waltz in the new year. Waltz out the old year.
Yes. But today we decided that it was only appropriate to make our first episode of the year all about the best album to come out at the end of last year, because we talked about how late December releases just kind of get lost in the history because everyone's already wrapped up their years, and like then the new stuff happens and things get forgotten, but like we cannot let this release go forgotten.
Yeah, especially because it came out like right after we recorded all of our end of the year episodes. And so, but like as our episodes were still airing. So it's like I'm listening to us like recap the year, and then I'm also listening to this incredible album of bangers, and I'm just like furious that I couldn't talk about any of it. So we had to dedicate this specific album or this specific episode to celebrate not only this perfect album, but also the 20th anniversary of two of our favorite men.
Yes. So today we will be talking about TVXQ's 20th anniversary album entitled 20 and 2, and it was released on Christmas because that is their anniversary day.
Yes. If you've listened to our TVXQ deep dive, you will know that they debuted at a special Christmas show with Boa and Britney Spears.
Yes. Incredible stuff. And we definitely recommend that you listen to the 2-part TVXQ deep dive because it's very extensive and good.
Absolutely.
But just for some context, if you're just listening to this episode, the quick rundown is that TVXQ started as a 5-member boy group under SM, and they debuted on Christmas in 2003. And they were like an a cappella, very vocal focused boy group. They were incredibly popular, like a real staple of second gen K-pop popularity. People were crazy over TVXQ, but a couple of years into it, 3 of the members sued to get out of their contracts. It was a huge kerfuffle. They were blacklisted and remain to this day unable to perform on Korean television. And they have been just 2 guys for about 13, 14 years at this point.
Yeah.
So they've been 2 much longer than they were ever 5. But
and they were 2 when we first encountered them, and in our own K-pop fandoms, they were only 2. And they were still releasing music. And so like it was so easy to just fall for the 2 of them and be like, yeah, this is all TVXQ needs to be. And then diving in for the deep dive and like going back and hearing all of their music is just like, oh, the harmonies.
Yeah, the harmonies of the 5 was truly
harmonies. Something. It truly is. Like, I get why people went absolutely bananas for them.
But the 2 members that we have still are who is probably the most like passionate and dedicated K-pop idol that there has ever been.
Yes,
like,
so much so that it is an industry joke that like you don't want to get notes from because he'll keep you there for an hour. Like he does it to all the SM groups except for SHINee.
Yes.
Time.
He practices more than anyone. He takes his job very, very seriously.
His best friend is Boa, and even she said that she doesn't like to work with him because he drives her insane.
Yes. And then the other member is Max Changmin, and he has one of the greatest vocals of anyone in all of K-pop history. I'll talk about it so many times today because he's a beast.
Unreal.
He is also a husband and a father to like a 1.5-year-old son. Like his son is already, time is passing so quickly.
I know.
And if you
toddling about soon.
I know. And if you watch Return of Superman, Changmin is the narrator these days. He does not
I didn't know that.
He does not appear with his child. He would never give us
He would
that.
never. Never.
But he is
Changmin
so fun.
notoriously hates capitalism and idol culture.
Yes.
He is like the most grumpy idol of all. He hates fan service. He does it so begrudgingly. Every time he has to do like a touchy photo shoot with he's just like, we're all slaves to capitalism. Like, I do this for the money. And his attitude is very delightful.
I love him.
In that it is a huge black cloud.
Yes, he's the best. I love him so much. So there's your like quick intro to TVXQ, but again, please listen to the 2-part deep dive. So much information. And also, if you want to know why Changmin is so grumpy, listen to our Scary Fans episode, because he's probably had some of the worst saucing encounters of anyone ever.
Well, TVXQ in general, I think, has had them, because is also featured in some of the worst of those scary fan encounters as well. And I feel like the way that TVXQ was just treated in general throughout the years is absolutely more than enough reason for Changmin to be such a little butthead. So it's fine. He's earned it, I think.
Absolutely.
But my other favorite thing about Changmin is that he has so many other like little SM dongsangs that are obsessed with him, namely Mino from SHINee and Xiumin from EXO.
Yes.
They're like his besties, and that's very cute to me.
It is very cute. All right, so we got to get into this release, and the reason
so much to say about it.
So much to say, and the reason that it's extra exciting and deserved an entire episode is that the last time they released a Korean album, because quick aside, very, very popular in Japan, TVXQ.
Incredibly popular in Japan, and have continued to release, at the very least, singles like once a year, if not maybe an EP or an album. I don't keep track of their Japanese discographies, so I don't know what their last Japanese releases. But I know they put out like songs, at the very least multiple singles.
Yes, but it has been, between their last Korean release and this one, it was 1,825 days.
That's too many days.
It's way too many days. It's way too many days. We've been waiting for this for so long. So it's so exciting and it's so great. And
5
we have so
fucking
much
years
to say. Yeah.
5 goddamn years. Just like 2 p.m.
Yes.
It was with these old men making us wait. You don't have forever.
But okay, so before we get into the album, I just have to talk about one thing that happened chronologically before the album came out.
Sure.
Which was that on December 20th, a set of teaser images was released in which Changmin does not have a shirt on. And he is so like beefy and ripped now. It is crazy. And it's Mino's fault because they go to this gym called Star Gym. And every morning when Mino posts his standard thumbs up in the gym picture that he posts every day, Changmin's thumb is also in the picture and he like tags him. But these pictures absolutely broke me because I mean, Changmin was always the shirtless one. Like in concerts, he was like always like had a shirtless moment.
True. And he has really slutty solo stages.
Yes. But he hadn't like, it had been a minute and it surprised me and it was so shocking. And like all day after the images were released, all I kept thinking about was there's this Vine from back in Vine days where this British kid is like talking and then all of a sudden his friend just punches him in the face and then he goes, "I can't believe you've done this." And like that's all I kept thinking about all day. Like that's how I felt. It's just, I can't believe you've done this.
It's so funny. That particular day when those were released will like live in my mind and heart forever because the only social media I use is Tumblr. And I love all of the like Cassies that I follow on there because there's like a very small community of them and they're all lesbians. But they're also all Changmin stans. And then I have like my group chat with you and Jenna who are both married to men and also Changmin stans.
Yes.
So like the day that those came out, I have like on the one hand, like you and Jenna being like, how could you have done this? This is so rude. And then all my Tumblr lesbians being, how could you have done this? We're all gay. So he made everybody mad that day.
Yeah, you really did.
And was it you that described his belt as like a metal band logo?
Yes, he's wearing this insane belt that looks like it's the shape of like a metal band
and it's
logo.
made of like shiny vinyl or something. It looks insane. I really get tickled thinking about like what his own internal monologue in taking those photos and wearing that outfit.
Yeah.
A slave to capitalism, but he does it well.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was on Discord or somewhere else, but because also that day in our Discord, those pictures got posted in like 4 different channels. Everybody was talking about it. And somebody commented like, congratulations to everyone, but especially to Changmin's wife. Like, yes. Way to go.
I was going to say like he made everyone mad except for maybe his wife who printed that and put it in her wallet.
So that was what we that was our teaser. So we knew we were in for something with this album.
We were in for it. So completely covered up.
Absolutely. All right, so let's just get into this album. We're going to go track by track and talk about it and love it. So the first song that we have to speak about is entitled Down. So say you want me 'cause I'm down. So say you want me 'cause I'm down. So we already kind of talked about this song because it did premiere on November 28th at the Mama Awards. They did like a pre-release stage of it and then released a music video a few days later. So we had this song and we talked about wanting to put it on year-end lists, but like the album wasn't out and you couldn't stream the song yet. So it like felt like it wasn't allowed.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. So anyway, we can talk about it now.
Yes. So there is a music video for this one and it's like kind of a box music video, but like the box is like it feels spaceshipy. There's like a big circular tower and then like 2 huge circle windows and like a spooky moon outside. So it kind of seems like they're in space or something. Yeah. And they've got like black and white outfits, and on the good category, I have Yuno's little Kangol hat. Love it. And then in the bad category, there's a scene where Changmin is wearing sparkly like basketball shorts over some pants and they look very stupid.
Yes. Yeah, those pants are bad. I like couldn't tell if it was one piece of one outfit or layered, but either way I was like, that looks weird. Not loving that.
But the outfits have been much better in the stages, of which they have done several, which is also a blessing. Because I feel like you never know with groups this old whether or not they are going to promote on music shows or not. Because a lot of times releases, like, the Girls' Generation 15th anniversary was just like, we made the album.
And that was
You're
it.
welcome.
They did nothing else.
They didn't do anything else.
Yeah, I wrote that at the bottom of our notes on other highlights that they've like actually gone on music shows so far, which is so fun.
Okay. Other notes about Down. So one thing that I like noticed is that Changmin's voice is really like scratchy is the only way I can describe it in this one, which like I like, but also it makes me worry that maybe he was like worn out on recording day and had like a scratch, because he usually has such like clear vocals, but maybe it was a personal, like a purposeful choice. I don't know, but it's something to note.
I noticed that too. Like one of my notes about the song is like how scratchy his voice is, because it's soft and high, but like still has this texture to it. And then in one of his music show stages, he also sounded so scratchy that to the point where like watching the live performance, I was like, oh, is he kind of sick? But then in the B side of that stage show, he didn't sound like that at
Okay,
all.
so
So
it
I
is
think
on
it's like a
purpose.
technique. Yeah, he's like doing it on purpose, and it's fucking great. It's so good. Let's see, what are my notes for this? Oh, okay. So the first note I have is that very first really high, like down. I on first listen thought that was Changmin. It is Go hit your high notes. I also in the second verse, I know that it is love caught in a potion, but I heard the cat in the potion. And that is what I always hear.
Great.
So you're welcome. Now you can hear that too. I also noticed that the Eve choreo fits perfectly to this chorus.
Ooh, fun.
Like, down, down. And then the little like, say you want me because I'm down.
Oh my God,
It
yes.
It fits so
Someone
well.
make that.
It fits so well. But in terms of the song itself, I like really do love it. I think like if this had been the title track of the album, it would have worked really well because it's so grand. Like the strings and the like backing are pretty simple, but then it builds into this like crunchiness with that like angelic little down that's so high up and nice, and like the juxtaposition is great. It's really good.
The song, like, yeah, it starts like so sultry and groovy and just like really low, but then it gets so dramatic and like it's just so TVXQ.
Yeah,
it's incredible. I simply adore it.
Yeah. Second verse, so cunty. Hips don't lie. Like the way he just like wiggle worms all over the stage is so good. And then it goes straight, or then he has his little like dance solo on the floor. And then it goes into Changmin with like a partner dance. Like no man or hands on any of those women because he's a fucking father. So we don't have to pretend. It was incredible. Just great.
Great. I love it.
Great
stuff. Song. Really great that they gave it to us early so that we knew what we'd be in for. Love it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, next up is the actual title track, which is called Rebel. Break the rules like the rebel. Wow. Don't you want it? All right, so they performed this one for the first time on Christmas at the SBS Gaio.
Yes.
And the music video for this one is pretty crazy. And my interpretation of it is that like TVXQ are like super mutant experiments of some kind in like a very brutal future world. And they like escape the lab that they live in. But there's also like a lot of allusions to like old paintings and like footage of animals and stuff that like flashes that kind of implies that they're a part of some kind of long cyclical history. And the outfits are like a little Catching Fire, a little Star Wars, like leather and gloves and buckles and like
so many buckles and chains and mini skirts and like net hoods. Yeah.
This song is an SM Town Dream Team riding camp song because it was written by Kenzie, Cassiopeia, Moonshine, Adrian McKinnon, Ludwig Evers, and Jonathan Gusmark, who, if you've listened to our other like SME episodes, they've like written so many classic SM bangers because SM does this like writing camp once a year where all these people get together and just like write all the singles for the year. And this is clearly one of them. And it's amazing. First note that I must note because it will make me laugh forever every single time that I hear this song. So this song samples Carol of the Bells. Or not samples, it what's the word? It interpolates Carol of the Bells. And our friend Jenna, the day that this came out, I like sent the music video in the chat and she was like, I watched the Gaio stage, but it had like a weird Christmas theme to it, so I need to watch the music video. And I said, oh baby, no, that is the song. it is Christmas.
Yes.
Like, that was not a special stage. It is
That
Christmas.
is the song. Yes. That also tickles me as well, because when that song came out, again, like the Changmin stans that I follow are like, okay, ladies, like, what do we think about Rebel? And I was like, well, it was a missed opportunity to sample Silent Night, personally, because that was
that's
they
their
performed.
debut song.
That's what they did at the
acapella
Britney Spears
Silent Night.
I think.
Yes.
That was a joke. But anyway, my main conclusion was like, I mean, am I going to be bumping this souped up Christmas Carol in July? And the answer is yes. Yes, I will. I don't care. Because this song is so great. Like, the EDM dance break in the middle is so fucking much that I can't deny it. You know what I mean? And I honestly feel it's one of those things. It's like listening to Shiny Do Hard or Juice or even Don't Call Me, where I'm like, just because it's you.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's you, I love this.
Yeah.
This gets me very hype, and it's fantastic. But I think my favorite part about it, which I noticed after I had written all my notes, that you have this literal exact note.
Love it.
Yuno's growly chorus of the
Break the rules, like, go rebel.
And then Changmin's little like whimpery
You
lines.
know you want it.
They want us dead. They want us dead. It's so good.
Yes.
It's so good. And the way that it just fucking ends. Like,
yes. The song
love
just
it.
ends.
Yeah, it's just over. Drop the mic and leave. Ugh. It just like leaves you like breathless. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. I love it. And there's really cool choreo moments in this that almost feel like a little bit of a callback to Catch Me, when they do the like bringing the energy and it goes da 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 da, like,
and they do that.
The dancers like ripple from the middle out from them, and they have a song called Catch Me where they link arms and make like a arm monster, and it feels kind of similar.
It does. Yeah, I agree. The choreo is really fun. I think that it's funny because I feel like TVXQ has that kind of choreo where, like, if you actually look at the moves that they're doing, they're kind of goofy. Like,
yes,
the dance
absolutely.
break that they do is really silly. And like, because the dancers all like get down, and then it's like just Changmin and Yuno, and they do the little like, they kind of just like do almost like a little line dance. It's very goofy. But I love it.
Yeah. No, they have such a specific choreo style.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I wrote it later or not, but like, it just kind of amazes me when I was watching, because they did do a concert of this album like right after it came out. And there's choreo to these, like, more choreo to these songs than I expected. And I just like, I don't understand how they manage to remember 20 years worth of choreo that's like exactly the same, like, all the time. Like, I don't know how they like can
like, how do they like
which
not
one
do the choreo to
what.
keep your head down instead or whatever, like,
because it's all just like so much like elbows and like
it is a lot of elbows. It's true. Oh, TVXQ. All right, next up
is a song called Rodeo. All right, so Rodeo, what do we think about it? My first note is just like an interesting song note, because I was listening to this with my good headphones on, and at the very beginning of the song, when this like very country like bow, bow, wow, wow, like riff is happening, the riff travels around your head counterclockwise, but then the percussion is a clock ticking, so it's like very like disorienting and cool. It's really trippy and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, my first note about this is that, like, I think my end of the year lists made my feelings on this pretty clear.
Yeah.
But I fucking love a cowboy western song and concept. This one has like such a good bounce. There's like a gun cock at the beginning of the chorus. And then I wrote like, I feel like I didn't notice that like circular motion of it, but I did feel like it sounds like a lasso, like looping around and like roping you in. And my note says I can literally feel the body rolls in this chorus.
Yes. And I did find a concert fan cam
where
of this
it's
song.
just
They come out in cowboy hats and the
course.
Cassies go like absolutely feral. They take the cowboys hats off before this like song even starts singing. They throw them, but they tried.
Yeah.
And the song does have a crazy amount of finger gun. They're like finger guns and then they're like rolling with their finger guns.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought they would do. I'm so glad TVXQ constantly lives up to my expectations.
Right?
Yeah, this one's really fun. I like it.
Okay, moving on to the next track, which is entitled Jungle.
Jungle.
Okay, so just first note off the bat, this song, most of the songs on this album have like 7 or 8 writers. So like I wrote them down, but I didn't want to bore y'all by just like reading a list of names. But one that I did need to point out is one of the writers on this song is someone who goes by J Bach, and they wrote The Rizness.
Which totally fits to me. Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, yes. Okay, I totally get it. Because one of my notes was like, this is the juice, this is the Rizness of this album, because it is like the hype track of the whole shebang. Like, you thought Down was hype, you thought Rebel would get you going. No. Like, Jungle is so bananas. Pun intended. It has the wildest like samples, another pun intended. And like this crunchy filter. It has these like shouting, and then it even has like the like birds tweeting in the background, like
and
right
some roars.
Yeah, it has roars. It has so many different animal sounds in it, and it's so fun. I love this song. I feel like this is Yuno's favorite song off the album. It gives me those kinds of vibes.
Sure, I feel like that's probably a good guess. This is the one I would think like if you are an N citizen listening, that's like
you'll like this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be your intro to TVXQ. Give Jungle a try. Something funny that I just noticed and thought was funny is that the previous track, Rodeo, the chorus says "Life is a rodeo," and this song says that life is a jungle. So it's like life is difficult for TVXQ.
But I never crumble. They can handle it. It's okay.
They can, because they never crumble. And just one thing I noticed, just for Google's sake, if you're like looking for this song on YouTube or whatever, they do have a Japanese song from 2018 called Jungle that sounds completely different. But you know, just there are 2 jungles on the discography.
Fair.
As happens sometimes.
It happens. I was also really pleased. I noticed that you included the Inkigayo stage here. I was so happy that they did this as one of their B-sides, because they did Down as the like pre-release, and then like their first music show they did Down as the B-side, but then the second one they did Jungle, and I was like, fuck yes, because as soon as I heard it, I really wanted to see the performance.
Yeah, so it's what a treat that we have it.
Yeah, totally worth watching.
All right, ready to move on, or do you have anything else to say about Jungle?
I have nothing else to say about Jungle.
Okay. All right, the next song is called Life's a Dance.
So it's a rodeo, a jungle, and a dance.
Oh, yes, more life is. I love this song, and there are concert videos of it. I thought it was interesting. It's just a slight aside. when I was looking at concert videos, the amount of fan cams versus Changmin fan cams is like 9-1.
Yeah. It's wild.
I feel like it might be one of those things where the Cassies are dignified and they're not gonna, be like Changmin out on account of him being all taken and fatherly now, but they're just gonna silently be like, we like better now. But anyway,
or they're all lesbians.
Possibly. But the point is that there are not very many Changmin.
No, there's not very many. Most of the concert footage on YouTube is all specifically from this like one stand who had a great seat. And she worked hard.
But the choreo to this is so cute. And they're like smiling so much and shaking their little booties. And it's like not your typical TVXQ choreo because the song sounds so different. They like have to like groove and shake and wiggle and be cute. And Yuno's wearing this like glittery cowboy getup with this fringe black jacket and these like glitter bell-bottom pants. And he looks so adorable.
Bell-bottom pants. He looks so fucking cute. I love him. He's just like, I love everything he wears. He's not like a stylish person, but damn it, I just love him.
Yes.
Yeah, the first time I listened to this album, I feel like it's not as noticeable when you listen to it on a speaker because it fades out so much that unless you like really have it loud, the space in between the two songs like is longer. But when I listen to it on my headphones, Jungle fades out into these like little bird tweets, and then it's like 1 second, and then you hear like, and it goes like burr, 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 or whatever to start Life's a Dance, and I thought said the jungle keep going. And then the song and I was like, excuse me? I thought it was like a fifth act of Jungle. And was like, what the fuck is happening right now? That's not what he says. He says a lot, like 3 words in Korean and then get going. Has nothing to do with Jungle. But regardless, that the first time I heard this, I almost like snapped my neck looking for my phone. So I was so confused. But I literally cannot resist this beat. Like, it is so infectious. The little like shine too strong. So cute. And just 2 notes on this like fan cam of number 1, those embroidered vests that are on the ladies in the background are absolutely gorgeous. And I want that blue and white one. It's so pretty. And my second note is that one of the male dancers looked like Schumann to me for a second. I wouldn't put it past him to just volunteer.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is he doing? Nothing. He's got time.
Yeah. My like main note on this song, and I really want to clarify very strongly that this is not an insult. It is not an insult. I know there are people who would take it that way, but I don't think it is that way. But this song sounds like a song that would have been and might have been pitched to Super Junior. It like has that SM cheesy super vibe
clap.
that I love.
Super clap. Shine too strong.
Yeah, it just like, I don't know. It's a specific type of song.
It is. And I just love that your note says repeatedly, not an insult, not an insult, not an insult.
Well, like all the TikTok teens have decided that Super Junior is enemy number 1 of K-pop, and they like don't know anything about them other than they're supposed to hate them. So like, I'm just putting it out there. Sure. I don't agree.
All right, then we have 2 wonderful solo tracks. The first one is Fix It, which is Yuno's solo, and it features a rapper named Din Din.
So Din Din did have a hand in writing this song. I'm sure he wrote his own rap, would be my assumption. And Din Din is a rapper who was on Show Me the Money season 2. But I think I think that he is more well known for just being on TV all the time. Like, he is a variety show staple. I know him best from the Netflix show that came out last year, Zombieverse, which was super fun. And he was really great on that. And I also think, like, when I see pictures of him sometimes, that he looks so similar to Henry from Super Junior that, like,
oh, okay.
I confuse, like,
that. I can see that.
only sometimes, but in some pictures, I'm like, that's a picture of Henry. But, like, no. It's Din Din. But there's just some context for you. But man, what a groovy banger this song is. That bass line, ooh.
Yuno said, I heard you love Champagne and Loco. Wouldst thou enjoy another disco-inspired booty shaker? And I said, yes. Yes, I would. So this one's just for me.
Yeah.
Exactly what I want and expect from a Yuno solo. And he delivers. That's why he's my man.
Yeah, this one is just so fun.
It's just so fun.
Like, there's nothing
No
else to
notes.
say except that it's just so fun.
Yeah, it's great. So let's go to Changmin's solo,
which is called Take My Breath Away. All right, so this song is gorgeous and an incredible showcase of Changmin's incredible voice. And I just specificity that I enjoy is there's like an organ in the verses, and then there are like gospel backup singers in the outro of the chorus, and I just feel like it really ups the drama factor that Changmin's voice already brings to the song.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Because he has this, they also use they kind of make him echo throughout it. So then bringing in the gospel choir like fills out kind of the room. Oh, it's so good. It makes it truly like heavenly when you're listening to it. But I also felt like it has like an element of nostalgia. Like if you told me that this song was like from the 90s, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Sure.
Because there's something about the little like do 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 like the little like looping riff in it that is almost a Police song or something like that, but not quite. So it like kind of reminds me of one of those like every step you take kind of songs. But it's so it like feels familiar and warm while being new.
Yeah, it's just like beautiful. It's so
gorgeous.
Beautiful and good. Gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah. Okay,
speaking of beautiful, the next song on the album is called Promise. So this is like the fan song for the album, and Changmin wrote the lyrics, so that's very nice.
Probably thinking about his wife and son. That's what I think about when I listen to this song.
But it's supposed to be about the Cassies.
But it's not.
But this song is so great. I love it because it's just like it's a lovely like fan song ballad. Like it's got all the elements, but I also like it just because, you know, like 20 years into TVXQ, like this is a very, very modern take. Like it has the like kind of trap beat and the piano loop, and like a lot of the production in it is like a very, very modern style.
Yes. Yeah.
So for that, I like it for that to be like, yeah, TVXQ, you're still hip and cool.
Yeah, I love this song. It's definitely one of my favorites off that album, which is not usually true when an album includes a fan song because they can tend to be like a little cheesy. But like as soon as the little plinky like intro starts, I get emotional. Like literally instantly. I think the call and response chorus is so good, and I love all the uses of vocals as instruments in the background. Like not only just the like kind of obvious like ooh 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 or whatever. Yeah, but then there's also this like kind of like ooh like that like bounces back in the background as they sing, like this little like ah, and it's so nice. It's just like so it's so simple but so pretty. And then anytime a song features an a cappella like cut, fantastic. Just chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Agreed. All right, next up we have a very special track, which was something that we wondered aloud when the album wasn't out yet, if there would be things like this. So the next track,
the 20th anniversary, you know, celebration.
So the next track is The Way You Are unplugged version. 사랑을 띄워주게 할래. 너의 생각, 너의 관심, 네 뒤에 달려있던 귀걸이 네 몸무게. Okay, so this song was originally released on TVXQ's first full album, Triangle, in 2004. And this was written by Kenzie way back then, so this is a Kenzie track. But just before we talk more, I need y'all to hear the original song so you can understand just how different this version is. 100%. So here's the original The Way You Are. Okay, so as you can hear, this version is completely different, but I do think it's really interesting that the choice of using that like flamenco guitar and the like twinkly like, you know, like chimes is also so 2004 K-pop. Like Boa had an album this year that sounded exactly like this song. Like, so it still feels 20 years old, but it is a new updated version, and I just like love that as a choice. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like it still feels dated. But it also like this version of it makes me almost completely forget what the original version sounds like, because it works so well. I love the original one. And so like this one is just such a beautiful gift. Like it's so fun. And I totally wouldn't be opposed to them doing that to more of their songs.
Yes.
Like just putting out some different, like if they did an entire, for their 25th anniversary, just do all covers, like all reimaginings of previously, like take every single title track and like redo it.
Yes.
I would love that.
Because I like, it's always been a bit of a bummer because as we've discussed many times, like 5-member TVXQ is erased from the SM timeline. And like, it's not really, you can still like listen to the songs on Spotify, but like they don't like to acknowledge it. So like if you play Superstar SM, like I do, the TVXQ catalog kind of starts in 2011. And then the only versions of older songs are live concert 2-member versions of those songs. So like I think it would be great if they did more 2-member re-records of some of the old bangers just so I could play them on Superstar.
I totally agree. Yeah, no, I think they should do that more too, because they do have 2-member versions of all of those because they'll like perform them in their own concerts and stuff. So we know that the rearrangements exist.
Yes.
We just cannot own them. So I would
Unless
like
it's
that.
the live
I'm a
concert
possessive
versions.
kind of fan.
Yes,
and I want it in my hands. Please.
Totally.
Thank you.
All right, so that takes us to the last track on the album, which is called Starlight. I mean, this is just classic SM and the concert ballad. Like, this is like this exact song could have been on a 2008 Shiny album or a NCT album from last year. Like this is just, this is the end of concert ballad. It's perfect.
Totally. Any of the EXO albums, just plop this one on. We got it. We're done. Get in those carts right around. Like it's time to wave goodbye. This song is, I mean, I love that this one is just the piano like that. There's nothing else to it. And it's not even that, like, it's not a super soaring or grand ballad either. It's like pretty soft and gentle. It kind of has a Christmas Carol vibe to it if you like you know, listen to it and like picture set yourself in like a snowy cabin.
Yeah.
Totally fits. But I think that because it's just the piano and it's really like they don't go like, obviously they sound amazing and they have great like harmonies and ad libs, but they're not like super over performing the song.
Yeah,
and you
it's
can
just
really,
like it's gentle and nice.
it's just, and you can just like savor the color of their voices because I think they both have like really unique
absolutely
character to their voices. So just being able to like listen to it so beautiful over the piano, it's just really nice. I feel like we don't get to do that a lot because TVXQ, they do have like really highly produced songs with a bunch of different layers, and they're like, you know, showing off because Changmin is insane, and like to have something that just like boils it down and lets you appreciate like, here's just kind of their stripped down vocals. Gorgeous, stunning. Thank you.
Yes. So that is the album 20 and 2. Listen to it, get into it.
Put it on repeat.
We do have a few more like comeback things to speak on. And the first and probably most important thing that we must talk about is the greatest Killing Voice episode ever filmed.
쉽게 나버리는 너를 누군가 걱정할 거라 생각을 해봤나 네가 나버린 게 너는 뭔지 아직 모르는 것 같아 그대로 머물러 나를 지켜봐
Oh my god. Okay, so this is 33 minutes of absolute perfection. It could have been an hour, but I'll take the 33 minutes.
100%.
It's so good. Before we get into specifics of it, I just have to say this, and this is mostly just for our friend Jenna, but anyone else can listen to. But she wanted
everybody
to know,
else plug your ears and mute
no.
this for the next 10 seconds.
But she wanted to know what I thought of this.
I was going to ask you as well because we have talked. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I have very strong feelings about Killing Voice, like as a channel. Like, I love the idea of it. I think it's really cool. A lot of the episodes are very good. However, like as is standard in all K-pop performance these days, they edit the fuck out of these vocals. Like they pitch correct them, they auto-tune, they like mess with it a lot. And in episodes where like maybe a group has a few singers that are not as strong as the others, it's really, really noticeable to me that they have corrected shit. And I
but
just
it feels so antithetical to the whole point of it that it's like, it's just infuriating. Like, don't lie to me.
Yes, I don't want to be lied to.
Yeah.
And it just like pitch correction software like just really, really bothers me in general because it just like takes away the character of people's voices. Like to explain it very technically, when like you are singing a song, like you might be singing the note, but then there are like between that note and the next one, there are what are called semitones. And if you're digitally on a computer, there can be like 100 semitones between the C and the D. But the resonance of your own voice might take up like 3 or 4 of those semitones, which is what like gives your voice character.
Yeah.
And when you put it through a computer and set it to absolute 0, it just like sucks all the fun out of it and like makes it this like super perfect version of the vocals, which I guess is nice, but it bothers me because I want to hear people sing for real.
Especially with a group like TVXQ, who have been singing for so long that they don't need the help to sound good live, and B, have such unique voices. I don't want to hear anything other than Yuno's reverb or Changmin's like twang. Like they have a very distinct sound when they sing, and I want to hear it.
So I will say that for this one, and it might just be a testament to how
fucking great
incredibly good they are and how well practiced they are, and like the craft that is Changmin's singing style, like I don't hear it. I know that they must have messed with this a little bit because they do, but like it is not in a way that is noticeable to me, and that's kind of all I want, because especially when someone's wrong, like if the note is off and has been fixed, ooh, I hate it. Like it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, because it's really obvious sound. And this video, in all 33 minutes of it, I like never caught a correction sound. It's
Not
definitely like they use crazy microphones and it's compressed and it's reverbed and they've like messed with it, but like this
and
one
they have a backing
feels,
track, like you can hear
yes,
it.
but this one feels like more pure to me than others. I think the Crush one is also feels really pure, because like Crush is a beast. Like I think when people are killer singers, then this show works.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But
that's
then
just
you-
my
oh,
little,
You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to bring it up. We're not talking about the show in general.
but that's
So
just,
yeah.
there's my little, Jenna, if you wanted to know, that's what I thought of the TVXQ one. It did not feel so over processed that it annoyed me. That's all,
Yeah.
that was my whole, that's all I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not as sensitive to that, but I also felt like this was just jaw-dropping perfection. Like my notes, I wrote this right after I watched it, and it just says stunning, spectacular, show-stopping, literally untouchable and unbelievable. My hands are actually shaking as I write this. I laughed, I cried, I shook my ass. Infinity out of 10. I will watch this forever.
It's so great. Like Changmin is so incredible to me. Like just like the power that his voice has, but the control that he has over it is absolutely stunning.
It's
like
insane.
His range is crazy. His belting, his head voice, his falsetto, he can nail all of it. And the way that he can so beautifully, seamlessly transition between all of them, like it isn't even hard. His runs are unbelievable. Like he is a singer.
Yeah.
That
And the
all
way
idols
that, like,
should strive to be like.
100%. I always think about that performance, which God must have been like 5 years ago now, because I think they were doing like Chance of Love on it, and it just like Changmin like hit this insane note, and it just cut to like Suho and Xiumin being like shocked Pikachus in the audience. Like that's how I always feel when I listen to Changmin sing. And in this particular Killing Voice, like he just like the breath behind and like support, like those ad-libs last, those runs last forever. And right when you think it's gonna end, it just like waterfalls through like 5 different notes, and then it's over. Like it's unreal. And like, which is not, sounds fantastic through the whole thing as well. Like he has great ad-libs in it. He has like fantastic harmonies. There were some parts where I was really, really impressed with the way that like Changmin was like going so wild with these ad-libs, and then Yuno was not holding down the melody but holding down a harmony to the melody under Changmin. And as somebody who has a lower register voice and often has to do like the melody or harmony, like the boring alto part, it can be really hard to maintain that when you have the soprano going nuts in your ear. So that was just very impressive to me in general. But there were also so many fantastic moments where like as soon as like, the climax of it is coming and just like jazz hands.
Yes,
he was like, Changmin. He's just like,
Changmin.
and she go. Like it was so good. I loved it so much. I do have like a few notes of like
yes, me
specific
too.
things.
So let's do it.
Okay.
My first one that it just made me laugh so hard because they did it a couple of times, but it was really strong. In the Rising Sun portion of it, it was like they literally could not help it. They start doing the choreo, and not big, just like with their little shoulders and elbows, like it is written into their DNA that they like cannot hear or sing Rising Sun. They'll just like start moving, like it's
they
programmed
both
into
just
them.
like perfectly mark the entire chorus, and like to the same level of effort. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
they're
so
both
funny.
only doing it like 30%. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah, because now they've been doing that for like 20 fucking years. So it's like physically ingrained in them, which is so funny to me. My first note is about Purple Line,
Okay, great.
because I just like couldn't believe I was just so happy to hear that song. It's one of my favorites. So I absolutely adore that one. But then I think it was the very next one, Miroyo.
Oh, yes.
And that is where my tears began. Because Changmin sounds so stunning, just like so stunning in that. And then I think they went straight from Midoyo to Tonight. And so the tears simply continued. Like, I stopped doing everything else to drink in the majesty. My notes for this are in all caps. Like, I couldn't take it. And I think it's in Tonight, but I could be wrong. Wherever you are, Scat Break, you know, in this Killing Voice, I love you. What else? My next note is about Keep Your Head Down. So hype. I love it forever. Can't hear it without hearing the Happy Birthday Changmin at the beginning.
Sure.
And then we got to Love Line, which I know you also have notes for.
Yes. So I had been holding it together for like 21 minutes. I was feeling very emotional and I was like cheering and standing up, and like Changmin would hit crazy notes and I would just like stand because I like must rise for the I couldn't believe it. But when Love Line started and he did When I Think About You, I think about how, just openly weeping. Like, that got me so bad. And then I cried through the rest of it because I was just like, oh my God, TVXQ.
Yeah. And that's the comeback where the first.
That's our first one.
That was the first comeback that we were K-pop fans for, and they got us immediately. So like every time I hear that song, my heart like grows a little and also jumps a little because I use it as my alarm for when I take like a nap in the middle of the day. So like as soon as it started, I jumped a little because I was like, oh, it's no, we're good. Like, it's okay. But I always think of my beautiful blonde, who only existed in the music video of this song. But yeah, I just loved this comeback so much. Post-military TVXQ is a gift and always continues to be so.
Just to not to take away from what you said, but I just want to, so no correction police come after us. I'm pretty sure that since we had been K-pop fans, like I think like something and like that comeback had happened, but we were not aware of or paying attention until Love Line.
Yes.
So that was our first comeback that we cared about, but just saying, actually, technically, there had been others. I just want to make sure I'm being correct so I don't get corrected.
Yeah. I think also I probably like saw something or Spellbound or whatever whenever those came out and like maybe thought they were older because I knew so little about TVXQ. But yeah, my only other note from Killing Voice before we get to Neurotic is that like Promise is so wonderful. I know we just talked about it when we were going through the albums, but like it's to have favorites in this no skip album is very difficult, and this is one of my favorites for sure. Like my note for this just says, sing for me, my angels of music. So that's how I feel when I listen to Promise. I'm just like, yes, more. I love it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So like in this Killing Voice, they did save like they saved 3 songs for the end. They did Balloons, which is one of their earliest songs, and then they did Neurotic, and they say at the beginning, like, I know you were all waiting for this one and maybe you thought we weren't gonna do it, but we're gonna do it now. And my note was just like, I mean, we did an entire episode about it, but like, no matter how many covers of Neurotic exist, no matter how many groups do Neurotic or whatever, no one can do Neurotic like they do it.
Yeah. My note says, literally, why do other people even try? Enough. Because I will watch a Neurotic cover and I can just sit there so still, so stone-faced, so bored. But if it's TVXQ on the mic, cannot keep sitting down. Like, it is illegal to not move during that song. And they like, of course, because it's like live, they do like kind of they don't do it like perfectly, you know, the way you remember it. They have a little bit of fun with it, and it's just like so fucking good. Oh, one of these days to be able to see a TVXQ concert would be, I think, maybe my cause of death.
It really does like feel like a bucket list thing at this point.
Yeah.
Like
because their concerts are insane. Like,
and they're always in Japan.
They're always in Japan, but they're also like 4 hours long and involve like Transformer stages, and like just to see it just one time. I'll never see anything else like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Someday.
Someday. So that's like a lot to say, and a lot we didn't even say about this Killing Voice. Like, it's truly so good. Please watch it if you have 33 minutes.
So good. It's the perfect amount of time to clean my kitchen. So I now have a new soundtrack to my least favorite chore in the world.
Perfect.
I'm so grateful for. Oh God, my neighbor just started like bumping music. So if you can hear that in the background, sorry. But we're almost done, I suppose.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. That's really loud. Can you hear that?
I'm just hearing like a faint beeping. That sounds like a truck backing up. Oh, now I hear it.
I think that beeping's in the music. No, hard to say. No, it's not in the music. There's a lot of shit happening outside right now.
It's fun.
Woo! All right. Anyway.
Okay, other things.
Other things. My only other things are some, just to shout out like some of the performances if you need to be able to like have a visual for these. They have started doing music shows. Like we said, so far they've done Inkigayo and Music Bank. They did Down and Jungle as their B-sides. And one of my favorite notes about it is that they absolutely do not even try to do anything for Ending Fairies. They just stare into the camera as it's finished. And I love that for them. And then they also did the Kill Po performance of Rebel. So that's kind of like a Studio Choom type of thing. If you're not sure what that is, it's just like a them
I think
in
it's
a
a
box.
It's new 1-the-K version of Choom where they change outfits. Like that's
they have
the like
two
part
outfits.
is that they have two outfits and they do those seamless transitions where they like are suddenly in the other outfit.
I think that there's also something where, because I saw a video of Changmin and Yuno saying like there are 2 killing points in this choreo, like this part and this part, and I don't know if they like because it was a translation, I wasn't sure if they were like look out for these in the video or if they voted on them. I think that the fans may have gotten to choose which was the killing point, but that is the point where the outfit changes in the video.
Yes, and it's noted in the like YouTube, it's like time stamped where the killing parts where the ground is foggy and they're in the like, because they do the like t-shirts and leather pants, and then the other ones are the like crazy buckle outfits.
Yeah.
And then those are like noted in the timestamp as the like killing parts.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how it works.
Yeah. That's the shtick of this one.
It hasn't happened yet, but I will definitely be making a note to watch it because I know it will be fun. But they will be on Knowing Brothers this week.
Fantastic.
So I'm definitely gonna check that out because they're so funny together. Like we've said this a million times, but they are like very, very different people. Who like wouldn't choose each other, but like have been together for 20 years anyway, and they just have like a really funny rapport. And
Such an odd couple.
I love them.
Yeah,
I just
I
love
love
it.
Yeah. Because they do like it's funny. I love watching interviews where they like talk about the other person because they do have like so much love and respect for the other person and they work really well together, but they like do not hang out if they're not working, which I think is just so fun because like they used to have to live together and they've like been on top of each other since they were like 15.
Yeah.
And now they're in their mid 30s and they're like, can you please get out of my face? If I see you for one more second, I'm gonna scream. And by they, I mean Changmin. And Yuno is respectful of that.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was just such a gift, and I'm really glad that we took the time to talk about it because I did not want it to get lost in the end of year shuffle because it had been 5 years and we were owed it, and it was beautiful, and it needed its moment in the sun.
It did. It needed its moment in the rising sun, and
yes.
And yeah, I've been listening to nothing but this since it came out pretty much. And occasionally Perfume.
Yes. Because it's always the right time for Perfume.
Always the right time
established.
for Perfume. But yeah, if you haven't listened to this already, please do check out all the performances. If you do nothing else, put that killing voice on in the background, especially if you're already a fan. But yeah, just absolutely fantastic content. And even if they don't do another week of music show stages, I'm so happy that we got at least 2.
Totally. And with that, we'll be right back with our random game. All right, we are back. And this week, the random number generator chose a girl group that debuted in 2014 called D-Holic.
Yeah, D.Holic. So not an alcoholic, a D-Holic, whatever that
What
means.
does the D stand for? I don't
Dick.
know.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
Dickaholic. It's like that group Dick's Teen.
Yes.
Anyway, they originally debuted with 5 members under a company called Star Road Entertainment, which I think at the time was called H-Mate Entertainment, because that's what all of their album
music
or all of their
videos and
releases
stuff say,
are under. But the majority of their essentially their entire Wikipedia is just explaining all their member changes, because I guess they started with 5 and then they were active from 2014 to 2017. So in 2015, somebody left and got replaced. And then in 2016, 2 people left and someone was replaced. And then in 2017, 2 other people left and they were replaced. So it was just a constant cycle of changing members. And they ultimately only released 1 EP, 3 single albums, and then 5
for a
singles.
total of 5 releases over time.
So they did not have a super extensive discography.
And I tried to find more information about them on K profiles or fan wikis, and all that there was that 2 of them were models before, and that's all I got.
Yeah.
But their most popular music video, Chewy, which was their second release, has 5.2 million views. And just from the thumbnail alone, I think this is going to be classic doesn't exist anymore, super sexy K-pop. So
I think so too, especially since so many, because I also saw that one of the 2 of them were models beforehand, and then one of them left the group to be a model. So I think this was just a super pretty girl group.
Yeah. So we're going to see what that's all about. And if you want to watch D-Holic Chewy with us, just pull it up and press play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Okay.
Fake Street playing that. What is that game called? It's not Double Dutch, but it's where you have the big band.
Yeah.
All
wow,
right.
booty
the
shaking.
Butts are shaking.
We have classic,
oh boy.
Wow. Classic 2015 outfits, the dance sets are matching, but then in the ones where they're just being cutie girls in the street, oh my god, it's all butt pops.
It's
and butt
all
zooms.
butts. This is nothing but butts.
Nothing but butts. Then they're wearing very bright brightly
High-waisted
colored,
sailor
high-waisted, yeah, shorts and tops, big old heels. We're just rondajamming and booty shaking and popping that butt. Those little Kiss outfits, I feel like I've seen somebody else wear them.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
We've got like a horn loop going.
Oh, wow. Plie. That one girl didn't plie at the same time as the others. It was not well synchronized. Oh, is she a weak link in dancing? Is she messing all of that up? I feel like her timing's off. Or we're like eating things. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, they just like poured goo all over them.
They
Oh
just-
my
Ah,
god!
she's licking it.
This is fetish content.
Yeah, it is. Oh no, this makes me think this is like, were these like call girls? Like, did they have to like perform at creepy, gross things?
Unfortunately, that is likely.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Emphasis was not on synchronicity in the choreography. Emphasis was on booty, booties and nothing else. See? That one in the back. She's late.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, wow.
Bathing
Little
suits
frilly
now.
bathing suits. Yikes. But some of these bathing suits are like skirts. Whoa!
Oh
Just
my.
close up on the crotch circle. Sounds like an STD. Crotch circles. Got a bad case of crotch circles. Okay, but that little red and white pink two-piece bathing suit is really fucking cute.
Yeah, I agree that some of the bathing suits are really, really cute.
Yeah, they're adorable. Feels
Yeah,
exploitative,
this is-
but cute.
For sure. This is like so wild to watch because like 10 years ago, this was just like
Normal.
normal part of K-pop, but it like does not exist anymore. Like nobody
Yeah.
does this.
Nobody does this, and I think if people did, they would just get like torn apart. Wow.
Oh,
Are
and
we gonna
now a
jump
little
in the
parade,
pool?
a little outfit parade,
A little
of
outfit
even
parade,
tinier
butts,
shorts.
tinier shorts, straight up cheeks. Are we gonna jump in the pool? No.
There's like
We're just
boys
gonna
in the
zoom in
pool.
on these bodies as you look hot in your stilettos near the pool.
The boys are
Boys
jumping.
are
Oh, there
jumping.
they
Oh, there
go.
they are. They do jump in. Wow. Unreal.
Wow. All right. D-holic.
D-holic. All right. Well, that's
Okay.
that.
That's that. And now it is time for weekly recommendations.
Okay, I only have one new thing that I've actually seen. Nope, that's not true. Because I did watch. Do we want to just talk about Mino?
Yeah, because that's what I was going to do.
Okay, great.
So
Before we
just
talk
do
about
that.
Mino, let me
But
just
go
say
ahead.
that I haven't listened to the full album yet, but I have watched ITZY's 3 new music videos. Their most recent album, Born to Be, has a music video for Born to Be, Mr. Vampire, and Untouchable, I think is the third one. I don't love Born to Be, but Mr. Vampire is so goddamn cute, and Untouchable makes you feel like such a badass that I really, really, really like them. The choreo for both is super cute. And even though like Leah's not in it, they really do a great job as 4. And like the choreo works super well. And I think that they like the way they do the line distribution is nice. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's his newest comeback. Rest well, Leah, but the ladies are doing you proud.
Holding it down.
Holding
Great.
it down.
Fantastic.
Okay, now let's talk about Mino.
Okay, so now we gotta talk about Mino. So he gave us an incredible gift right at the beginning of the year. On the 6th, he released a single called Stay for a Night. And wowie, oh wowie. It's so beautiful. Like, It's so good.
It's so
Not that
good.
I didn't expect it to like be so good, but like I don't know. Mino has only released like 7 songs ever, and some of
Yeah.
them are not my favorite, but this one is my favorite. And I love it. It's so beautiful. Like it's so simple and lovely, just kind of like like mellow R&B, like little
Mhm.
guitar loop, and then just like beautiful vocals, low vocals, little falsetto vocals,
Yeah.
a little bit of like fast rap singing. Like it's got all of the elements.
Mhm.
And I just absolutely love it. Like I've
Yeah.
been like the past couple of days, if I just like go to the gas station right down the street or like went to the post office the other day, which is only a few miles away, so it's only like a 8-minute drive, and I listened to Stay for a Night on a loop the whole time. Like that's just what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
And I love it so much, and I just keep thinking about like if this song had come out 10 years ago when I was in my like deepest throes of new obsession with Mino, I wouldn't have survived this song. Like I feel grateful that I've mellowed out in a decade of love, that like I can just love this, because this
Enjoy
would have
it. Yeah.
ruined me.
Yeah.
Ruined me.
Especially when like listening to it alone, it's so soft and warm and beautiful, and like my heart gets full just thinking about like how much he's grown in his own confidence as a singer. And like I honestly, after he put out Chase, I like didn't expect him to put out anything ever again, because like we've talked about it, like he's just not like, he does so many other things. Like he didn't get into K-pop like because he wanted to be an idol. Like he just did it because he was hot. And like, so I don't ever expect him to put out solo music. But the fact that like, if this is a pattern of him just like putting out like a beautiful, soft little single every Christmas, like great. I love it. Thank you very much. But also like I'm Home is a song that he would just like stand and sing. Stay for a Night has a whole choreo to it, and it's so goddamn good. It's so smooth. There's fancy footwork. I love that like quick little whole turn and then stop, and the like echoing where they do like he and the boys start and then the girls do it as like a response. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it.
I like the jacket removal.
I
like,
love the jacket and and I love the little like quick like foot where he like goes forward. So good.
And I like there's also a part where like he's doing this little like kind of like rock move, and he goes to the left first and the dancers behind him go to the right first, and it kind of just creates this like really nice little wave. But like I was not expecting anything about, like I knew there would be a music video, and it's a really cute music video, and it like actually has some like budget, some CGI, some different sets. Like it's a real music video. And that's kind of all I expected. But like he put out a dance practice on the SM Floor channel, which is great. And then today a suit dance dropped.
Yes, so we got a suit dance. I did think it was funny that like he's wearing little skater shoes so that he can do all the fancy footwork, and all of the backup dancers are in like dress shoes. But otherwise he looks adorable.
He looks so adorable. And yeah, I just like didn't expect to get this much, and like I don't think he'll do music shows, but I kind of am like prepared for anything to happen at this point.
I didn't expect a
I
suit
didn't think
dance.
he'd do anything.
Yeah. The fact that he put out a dance practice makes me think that maybe we'll get something.
It's possible.
But yeah, I don't know.
But I love it. And I had such a nice Mino weekend. And like another slight recommendation / plug is that he did do a solo concert this weekend, and it was his very first like solo concert. Like
yeah,
it
that
was
wasn't
not
just a fan meet or a showcase.
It wasn't fan meet with games and 2 songs. He did like I think 12 songs. Like he did a whole concert by himself. And I watched it on Beyond Live, and it was so great. And I will be recapping it on Patreon. So if you want to hear all about that, that will be up later this week. But it was so good, and I was so proud of him. And he like really did such a great job like by himself. And I just had another one of those moments of like, Mino, look, like you fucking did it, man. Like he did it all by himself, and he was so charming and so funny, and like he's always been good with the crowd, like
Yeah,
at Shiny
so good with the
concerts.
crowd.
But it was just like cool to be like
Flaming
it's
charisma.
it's
Can charm
just
anybody's
him.
pants off.
But he said in the concert that they didn't intend to do choreo for Stay for the Night. Like they just thought it would be like, you know, a little single and put it out. But since he was performing it at the concert, he was like, I don't want to just stand here and sing. I wanted it to be like a full performance. So they did choreograph something for it.
Nice.
So that was really cool.
I love that.
And yeah, he did so many great stages. Definitely another recommend for because there are fan cams of it. He did Shiny Retro by himself and absolutely destroyed it. Like that is his song. Like
Yeah.
after this, I was like, this is your song. Like
Absolutely.
it's for you. You can have it.
I love that song so much. That's why I always say emotional.
Emotional. And he nailed it. He also opened the concert by playing the goddamn piano.
I didn't know he could do that.
He couldn't play
couldn't.
the piano a few weeks ago.
Right.
But he wanted to open the song with Chase, and Chase opens with a piano, and so he's asked the classical teacher at SM to teach him how to play the opening of Chase on the piano. So he fucking did.
Amazing. Amazing.
He is
Timmy,
just
no,
like
nothing will stop him.
fueled by competition
I know.
and spite, and like it's all
He's
he
like,
has.
oh, I want to do this. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to.
So
do that.
funny.
Like, oh, I don't know how to do that yet. I'll learn.
Yes.
Like,
It's
okay,
wild.
dude. Oh, I have to be in the army. I'll jump out of planes.
Fine.
Okay. Fucking crazy.
But yeah, that was so great. So please check out his single because I love it and I love him. And stay tuned if you're a Patreon patron or want to become one for a full concert recap of the Mino concert as if I was there. I did it like I would when we go to concerts. I took meticulous notes and I'll tell you about it.
Perfect.
But that is it this week. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like to get in contact with us, we can be found on Instagram at AMAKPopPod. You can send us emails to amakpoppod@gmail.com. If you want to send us a little text or leave a voicemail, our phone number is 181-AMAKPOP5. You can send us mail to P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California, 90026. That Patreon I was just talking about is patreon.com/AMAKPopPod. Bonus content, video, audio, polls, things to participate in. It's a good time. You can also head over to linktree/AMAKPop and find our YouTube and Spotify where we have playlists for episodes. And you can also join the Discord where listeners are talking about fun things all day, every day and making me laugh. And it's a good time and you should join them. And those are all the places. And welcome to 2024. Thanks so much for being with us. And we love you and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.